What's going on, guys? Killer6 back with another legendary item guide for you, and today we're going to farm Mimicron. Now we're going to start from right here on the map, which is Wyclif's Reprieve, and we're going to go through a door that is right here. Now I've turned all the icons off on the map so that you guys won't have spoilers, because I know you guys hate that, and if I don't turn the icons off, then there's things on here that you would probably be mad about seeing. So what we need to do first is have defeated Biomutant, and then we're going to unlock this safe house right here. Again, this is called Wyclif's Reprieve. And what we do is we go out this back door, we jump off of this patio, and then we go flying over here. I'm pretty sure they call that a patio. Yeah, look, those guys, they're hanging on the patio. You know how they love that. And then if you don't have the extended flight from doing all the vaults, then you want to hop on your bike. Here's the door to go to Mimicron. In order to open this door the first time, you're actually going to need to go into this room up here. You can see how there's a floor that is open right there. But what you do is you go around this way, and then you have to go back here and go through this fan, and then there's a door over here on your right. When you go in here, you're going to be able to get yourself one of those bio-bulkhead things that you toss at them, which I don't think they're in here anymore after you do the mission. Could be wrong on that. Yeah, no, I don't see them anymore. So yeah, you would pick one of those things up, you would drop down, and then all you had to do is just throw it at the door to open the door up. Once you have this door open, it's a pretty simple, straightforward path to get in here. There's only a couple of spots that are going to be confusing, like first room, you have a right option and a left option. Just think red means no. Don't go that way. Instead, go this way. You're going to go through these doors, following the path that I take right here. In this room, you just go straight forward through this door. You don't have to fight these guys if you've already done this event once, but if you are here for your first time, then obviously you do need to fight these guys. In this room, you're going to continue straight, and then there's going to be another room that looks just like this one in just a moment, and on that room, you're going to go right. So that's going to be this room right here coming up, and you'll know this room because there's like this ramp right here. Clear these enemies, and you'll be able to go through this door here. Now you get to this, and there's an elevator. You have to jump up here, climb on this wall, then jump off the wall, float over here, grab this wall, and then climb up. At that point, you are at the boss. Jump over this counter, and there we are. And the first time you fight this guy, you won't have the Moxie respawn machine, but every time after that you will. So make sure you have your ammo, grab your stuff, and it's time to go in here and take on Mimicron. So Mimicron is weak to shock and corrosion. Shock on the first phase, corrosion on the second phase. We're gonna see if we get one on the first run here. Fingers crossed. I have not had much luck on these farming guides getting one in the first run. And oh wow, not only did we get on the first run, we got 2 of his drops on the first run. So this is proof for all of you guys out there who are like wondering if he can drop all of his drops at one time. He can, and we got 2 out of his 3 drops in this first run. So we got the Madlad SMG, and we got the UAV Ordnance. All right, up first we have the Madlad. Now this is a SMG that is manufactured by Daedalus. Gold text says homemade ingenuity. Believe that this gun and its text are a reference to a gun YouTuber. I don't know specifically who, but if you know, leave a comment below. Don't put a link to the channel because the YouTube will just automatically remove that anyhow. Gold text says homemade ingenuity, overheats quickly but also cools down quickly. And then the red text says I've got a Luty. As you can see, this gun has a very boring, just gray gunmetal kind of skin. It does reflect light a little bit, but it's pretty boring to look at. Stats on this one are 579 damage, 74% accuracy, 4.1 reload. Fire rate is 22 shots per second, which is insane, but then it's 34 shots to overheat, which is also insane. That reload time being 4.1 seconds, yeah, you're gonna notice that it's bad. It's very bad. All right, so as you can see, fire rate insane, reload abysmal. You will die during that reload quite frequently, unfortunately, but that fire rate is nuts. And if you have anything that boosts your fire rate or gives you ammo regen, like on my Rafa, I could totally just spec into while overdrive is active, I'd have ammo regen, and I would just be able to shoot this thing like the Tizzy from Borderlands 3 and just have like almost basically non-stop ammo as long as my action skill was going. And with my Rafa build, I could probably keep my action skill going for quite some time. So as you can see, it's a pretty decent gun. It does kick a bit. Here's with me not doing any kind of aim control at all. This is how it kicks. So as you see, you start shooting at the moon pretty quickly afterward. So good gun, marred very heavily by that reload, but if you have ways that you can mitigate the reload speed, or if you can just, you know, regenerate ammo, this could be a really, really fun gun. Up next, we have the UAV. This is a grenade ordnance manufactured by Tedior. The gold text says death from above. I'm pretty sure this is just a straight Call of Duty reference. I could be wrong about that. I really like the skin on this thing. It's like a rainbowy color, and the red text says eyes in the sky. It has a 12-second cooldown. Damage is really wild at 12,992. That's one of the highest damage grenades that I've seen. The radius is 650, and this thing has 3 charges. Now you can see the other perks that I got on mine expressed. So I get the grenade cooldown reduced by 21%, and overflow maximum grenade charge is increased by 1. Mine is also cryo. So let's test this thing out, see how it feels. So as you can see, this basically just sets these things up on the ground, and then it will do some damage to them if they're in the proximity. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the UAVs will fly around after they go up. There it goes right there, and then it flies in. I was hoping to like actually see one in action here, but these guys are bum rushing me pretty hard. All right, so let's see. Yep, there you go. You can see the UAV flying in now, aiming at what looks to be nobody. So not the most helpful thing that we could have gotten out of that one right there. So use this on the boss here. Let's see how that goes. There goes the UAVs. They're not even hitting him. That's great. Very helpful. So the UAV is, it's an interesting one. I'm trying to think of like a situation where I'd be like, yeah, this is a really good option, but I can't imagine a situation where that's the case. Unfortunately, it does do decent damage, but you know, it's like a delayed thing, and you have to wait for the drones to fly in and do the damage. So it's basically marking an area of the map, then the drones come in and then they do the damage. Essentially, that's how that works. So do I recommend it? Not generally, but it could be fun, and it depends on your build too. Like most of these things, it depends on your build. Up next, we got the complex route. This is the one that you guys came here for most likely. This thing is returning from Borderlands 3, where it was an absolute powerhouse. The stats on this one are 2,152 damage, accuracy 89%, reload time 2.2 seconds, fire rate 1.2 seconds, and the ammo count on mine is 13. You see that this does get the crit damage bonus because it's a sniper, and then it also has splash on it as well. Now it's Maliwan, so it's always going to have 2 elemental perks. Mine got shock and cryo. Yours could have, you know, corrosion and cryo, or, you know, fire and radiation. It's always different. Gold text says Sierpinski spawns additional diverging projectiles along its path, and you'll know it when you see it. Now this one also has the manufacturer part on there, which just tells you that it switches between the 2 things. And then the red text says it's the nucleus of every man-made invention of today, and that is a Dexter's Lab reference. So let's use this thing. We do have a boss fight going on here, so we got to be careful not to die. I don't want to like ruin this. I'm going to take the UAV off so we can do some more damage by hitting them with our throwing knife. So let's do that. Bam! Let's complex root this fool. So you can see the projectiles going out in their various directions, and those hit enemies and do a lot of damage as well. You can see that this sniper is just really, really good. If you have any kind of build where you're going to do elemental damage, the extra projectiles will come out and do some good stuff for you too. And if I had better matching elements, then we would do even better right now. But I don't need to get some distance between me and old immortal Boneface right now. Yeah, really like this gun a lot. It's not like the best sniper in the game, in my opinion, like it kind of was in Borderlands 3, but it's definitely very good, definitely worth using, and it will do some really good work on enemies. So let's switch this to shock. This guy right now has a shock bar, and you can see pretty good damage. I need to heal. Ooh, get some distance here. Hit him with our throwing knife. Yeah. Pretty good damage. Immortal Boneface is pretty weak in general once you get him out of his saddleback suit. But yeah, this gun is really good. It is just really good. It's really fun to use. I highly recommend the complex route, especially if you're doing any kind of build that gives you any sort of elemental bonuses. And yeah, have fun. So that's going to do it for this video guide. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, tap the bell icon for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care.